How are y'all doing today? You hear me okay down there? I got some feedback earlier from trying to move this thing around a little bit. Give you a little bit of background about myself. My name's Chris Jackson. Fish the BASS Tour and the PAA Tour, the Professional Anglers Association. So a new tour that started, basically all the guys from Bass and FLW started their own tour. I'm also a guide on Lake Gunnersville in Alabama. I grew up in Birmingham, well, just west of Birmingham in Corner, Alabama, right next door to Jackall Swindle. We fished together. Worked for Birmingham Police Department for 13 years, and then my wife told me to quit work and go fishing. I've been doing it ever since then, since 2003. What I'm going to talk to you about today is something that I didn't know a whole lot about. When I first started fishing the tour, I was like everybody else, I was a power fisherman, especially every southern boy that's ever fished in Alabama, that's with our crankbaits, spinnerbaits, and jigs. That's pretty much it. When I got on tour, I got a rude awakening when I went to New York. They don't like crankbaits, spinnerbaits, and jigs up in New York certain times of the year. It's really hard to fish a crankbait maybe 5 feet of water. So I had to learn how to finesse fish. It's hard to take a southern boy that's into power fishing and hand him a crappie rod and 4-pound test and tell him to go catch 6-pound smallmouth. So I went with Aaron Martins and a couple of other guys that I looked up to on the tour. Cody Furiano was one of them, the Jackall, and I had him teach me how to drop shot. What you do is you basically take a rod, and y'all can tell by the action of this rod, this is a Jackall Power Finesse rod. What it is, it's basically rubber band, it's crappie rod. I mean, when I looked at it the first time, that's exactly what I told him it was. I used 4, 6, 8, and 10-pound tests, nothing larger than 10-pound fluorocarbon. I use Lakeport fluorhybrid line. This is 6-pound Lakeport fluorhybrid line. There's a couple of reasons that I've had clients, when I got on Gunnersville and I teach them how to drop shot. I don't know why that thing does that. But a couple of reasons that they don't want to drop shot is because they keep getting line twist on their spinning rods. Well, I have the cure-all for that. The main cure is you tie a regular polymer knot and basically go from the top to the bottom. You come out and double your line where you got 3 or 4 feet of slack, push it up through the center, tie an overhand knot, put your bait through it, and you end up with a tag end about this long. When you finish that, take your tag end and go from the top back to the bottom. What that's going to do is make your line stand, the hook stand straight out like that. A lot of people, when they first get to drop shotting, they think they have to fish super deep water, and it's suspended fish like these fish down here that are suspended on the wall. I'll show you how to fish for those with your electronics and with this in a second. But you actually cast this out just like you're fishing for a Carolina rig. It's basically, I call this an Alabama rig. You can take it, toss it out, let it fall to the bottom, and see how your bait actually suspends about 100 feet off the surface. You take this and you shake it. You're shaking it in front of fish as they're sitting on the bottom. If it's you can't have it too low, and you can't overwork the bait. If you overwork it and start jerking it like that, it works okay, but it's moving too much. Actually, right now, the leader that I have set on this one is probably too high. But it kind of gives you an idea of what the bait looks like in the water. When you're fishing suspended fish, you're driving out on the lake. A good lake is Neely Henry. They're famous for this on the Coosa River. You pull out, in the morning time, you're catching buzzbait fish on the top of the ledges. When they quit biting in the heat of the day, if you'll watch your sonar, those fish actually, instead of stacking like largemouth and going down the water column, they just pull straight out. 20, 25 feet of water. Best thing to do, pull over the top of them and drop your bait down, right into the stool of it. And sit there and just shake it. You see, I'm not shaking it much at the rod tip, but my bait's moving a lot. Of course, you know, little pesky fish will bite it. Sometimes you can leave it sitting on the bottom. It's basically something to force feed the fish. This will kind of give you an idea. You take it and sit it in front of them and shake it long enough, one of them's bound to hit it. You can watch this on your sonar the whole time they're doing it. You can actually watch the fish come up, grab your bait, and swim off with it, if you know how to read your sonar right. That's one technique that I use a lot.